global planning method of village public space based on deep neural network. Social and economic development drives the development of village. The space of village is gradually expanding and the layout is becoming more and more perfect. While bringing convenience to people, related problems are also emerging. The contradiction between resources and development is becoming more and more prominent. How to solve the problems brought about by the development of village has become an urgent issue for people. In the process of village construction, they should not only consider the ecological environment, but also take into account the socio-economic development. The ecological environment layout of village has become the main trend of the world development. The public space architecture integrates the two concepts of ecology and architecture. The principle of public space construction is to use green environmental protection materials to the maximum extent based on the building demand during the design, so that green buildings can live in harmony with nature, which is consistent with the concept of sustainable development advocated by the contemporary society. The design process of public space buildings mainly involves the geographical factors and environmental factors of the building space. The design mainly completes the space planning, design, construction, and operation. In this process, the laws of ecological change and the rules of architecture should be considered to finally form a complete structure of green building space. The environmental protection feature of village public space refers to the disposal of some construction waste in the design of a green building space. According to the space design requirements, the waste will be reused to reduce environmental pollution. The feature of environmental protection is that the raw materials used in the space assembly process adopt the most environmentally friendly materials, which cannot improve the design profit and cause environmental pollution. The feature of space architecture based on human taste is that the design should not only be based on the concept of green ecology and low carbon environmental protection, but also based on the design principle of residence. After calculating the chance value of the load curve measures the chance rate at the sampling point, calculate whether the difference between the chance values of the two curves is equal to the maximum value of the deviation. Analyze whether the chance value is within the reasonable range, and determine whether the load curve is an abnormal load curve. If any of the above requirements is not met, The curve to be measured is an abnormal curve, and the load value at the moment is an abnormal value. By calculating the proportion of abnormal values in all abnormal data, the screen rate of abnormal data of village public space planning parameters can be calculated. Integrate and manage various types of village land surveying and mapping data provides users with corresponding data retrieval functions and ensure that the data retrieved by users are organized so as to achieve the effect of high-quality planning. In this paper, the data types of village land planning and mapping are divided into spatial data and non-spatial data by using depth neural network. The spatial data is mainly embodied in CAD, and the non-spatial data can be embodied in any plan format. Most surveying and mapping data of village land planning belong to spatial data, so it is necessary to focus on the characteristic of CAD data format. In this paper, the data pre-processing program of the GIS-based village land planning surveying and mapping data integration software system is designed. In this program, all village land planning surveying and mapping data are divided again into control planning data, overall control planning data, constructive planning data, land planning data, and spatial planning data. These data are spatial data. Therefore, only after the audit of the data analysis program can the data be transferred into the data pre-processing program. The conversion process can be divided into data extraction step, format conversion step, organization restructuring step, classification code replacement step, and quality audit step. The data extraction step is to log the plannable data in the village land planning surveying and mapping data, extract the data hierarchically, and make the extracted data match the geographical elements. The format conversion step is to reposition the initial data according to the corresponding level after extraction, that is, to adjust the attribute structure of the data. This step has certain requirements on the integrity and standardization of the data. Otherwise, the data will remain in error mode, which will lead to the data unable to achieve code conversion. A third figure shows the process of data format conversion steps. The organization reconstruction step is to set the data hierarchy and naming according to the village land planning, surveying, and mapping standards. The classification code replacement step is to replace the classification codes of all data elements entering this step with GBT 139232006, which may cause some codes to be inapplicable or unrecognized in the process of replacement. At this time, the code should be expanded or replaced with reference to other village land planning and mapping data code standards, so as to ensure that there is no omission, loss, etc. of village land planning and mapping data. The last step is to review the data that has completed the code replacement, mainly from aspects of data attribute, content, format type, integrity, etc. In addition, we also need to check some data to determine whether the location overview, edge clarity, and other information contained in the data are clear and complete. At the end of this paper, the updating mechanism of the database is redefined. Although the traditional village land planning and mapping database is also in a real-time updating state, the traditional database still has some defects in accuracy and practicality of planning and mapping data. The database update mechanism designed in this paper will be completely based on the GIS data management system. To update the data in the traditional database rapidly and comprehensively. This paper designs the village public space layout system based on the depth neural network. Through the depth neural network, the overall spatial state of the village is distributed and overall spatial layout is obtained. Set the coefficient of variation. Seek the relationship between the coefficient of variation and the angular scale, and combine the characteristic of the village pattern to obtain the spatial structure. The deep neural network can well display the spatial ecological layout state method. Users can judge the aggregation degree and the sparse area of village according to the deep neural network. Determine the areas that need to be further improved according to the dense information, and implement effective security prevention strategies. The research in this paper has a positive significance for the ecological development and economic development of villages. In the future, we need to further consider the spatial structure information and determine a more perfect village ecological space layout model. Based on the obtained spatial structure information, so as to realize the transformation from two-dimensional plane space distribution to three-dimensional space distribution. Okay, that's all. Thank you.